Now I'm going to show you how to smooth the edges of a pixelated image or rough cut image. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. So in the right side here, you can see how it's really rough cut and it's not smooth at all. And then over here it's really smooth. So I'm going to show you how to do that on your images here. So to start off with, for an example, I'm going to use a sun-shaped image here, and I'm just going to smooth it out. And then I added some graphics in the back, and I'll show you how to do it for those of you that are interested in doing that. But ultimately, I'm just trying to show you how to get rid of this rough cut part over here. So I did a Google search and just found an image that I wanted. So I wanted this image, so I did, I saved as image as and put it to my folder. And so when you open up GIMP, you want to come over here, just open up your image and select your sun shape or whatever shape that you're doing. Now, where's my toolbars at? There we go. So first thing I want to do is I want to make a transparent background because I'm going to put an image in here and I want it to be shaped only to see the shape of the sun. So I don't want it to look like a square when I put this on the on the web, or if I want to cut this out on my Cricut Explorer to make it as a sticker or decal. I want it in the shape of the sun and for it to be cut out in the shape of a sun but with smooth edges. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit Add Alpha Channel, and that just put a transparent background over here. So now I just need to remove the color that's in the foreground. So I'm going to hit my fuzzy select tool, click on the white area, and just hit the delete button on my keyboard. Um, so now that that part is done, I don't want the orange and the yellow that makes up the sun. So I'm going to go ahead and add another layer that's transparent. So I just hit OK. Uh, and then I'm going to come over here, hit my fill button, and oh, did not do that as I wanted. So I just hit Control Z. If you ever make a mistake, hit Control Z and it takes you back a step. So you want to come over here. Uh, I did click my fill button. I have white selected. You're going to come back to your sun image, right click on it, hit Alpha to Selection. Come to your transparent, your new transparent layer, and making sure your bucket fill uh, uh, tool is set. Come over here and fill it with white. I'm picking white. Use whatever color you want. I'm just using white. And you can come over here and select and hit Select None. At this point, you don't need your sun image because this is now the foundation of what my graphic is going to look like. But if you look at it, you can see how it's still pretty rough cut right here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to smooth this out. And I got the written instructions on one of my web pages that's linked at the bottom of this YouTube video that you can see this as well. So you're going to go Alpha to Selection, go to Select, Shrink, and you want to set it to 3 pixels. Hit OK. Go to Select, Invert, go over here to Filters, hit Blur, Gaussian Blur, and set change the first value to 7. And as long as this chain is linked, once you change the first value and hit OK, it changes the second value. But ultimately, you want both values to stay 7. So hit OK, go to Colors, and then come down here to Curves. So this is pretty important step here, and I'm gonna show you what not to do real quick because people tend to you could easily mess this one up and not look like you want it to look. Uh, so first of all, you want to make sure channel is set to alpha. This is super important. This is now telling it to focus on the stuff that we've set to alpha. This is your alpha to selection. We want channel set to alpha. Now, some folks may come over here and say, oh, I'm just going to click. And ultimately, what you want to do, you want to move the top right line here 3 boxes over. You could either grab it here. Well, I want you to grab it here because it's the right way to do it to keep it looking good. So you want to grab it this way. But if you just come over here and just click on it, you see how you create that curve? That is what you don't want to do. So I'm going to hit reset. I want to make sure alpha is set here. Instead of just clicking where I want it to be, I'm actually going to drag this line over. I want it 3 boxes from the right from the top one and on the grid on the bottom left. I want to move that right 3 boxes. And then you hit OK. At this point, your lines are now smooth. But just to finish this tutorial on stuff that you can do, I want to add that graphic in there now. So I'm going to come in here to Open as Layers, and that was called Where Words, yeah, there we go, Where Words Fail, Music Speaks. This is a guitar pick that I made for somebody using this redwood color uh, uh, graphic. So let's go ahead and make this how we want it to look. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make it grow a little bit here. scale it, knowing that I gotta do some fine tuning on this thing. So let's reduce the opacity so I can see where everything's laying out at. Then I want to move it down here, just get it looking good. Come back here to my scale, just keep fixing this up to make it look like I want it to. And I think that's how I want it to look for this demo. I'm gonna set this back up over here. Now with my on my sun layer with the shape that I want, I'm gonna hit alpha to selection. You can see it pop up over here. And I'm going to now click on this my new graphic layer. I'm gonna hit select, invert, then I'm gonna hit my delete button on my computer. And now I'm gonna hit select none. So you can see the difference just on the smoothness of the lines and stuff you can do. I mean, you could put, if you wanted a flower picture or whatever picture you wanted and put your kid's face in there or something. There's all kinds of fun stuff you can do with this. But uh, ultimately, you want the edges to look nice and smooth, and this is one method on how you can go about to do that. Um, so ultimately, that's what I did, and then I just pasted it in here so you can actually see how it looks. But that's the benefit of it. I hope this helped.